After that incident, a few days pass. Unfortunately, there has been no report that the random attacker we encountered had been apprehended. Instead, the TV and the internet are still full of stories on the escaped convict Busujima. But still, there's no change in our daily lives. We continue to live out our days normally. We go to school, as usual. We go to class, chat with friend during lunch, then return to the dorms after school. Such everyday normal activities. Regarding Yuzu, she spends every day working busily in anticipation for her presentation on her research. She holds herself up in the research lab during the day and comes back to the dorms late at night. I thought that her walking alone at night was dangerous, so I've come to pick her up at the lab today. Hey, Yuzu, are you there?
おはようございます、聖一さん。
What do you mean morning? It's already evening.
でも、ゆずさっき起きたばかりですよ。
Seriously, when did you fall asleep and when did you wake up? When I look at her closely, Yuzu indeed has a bad head, indicating she had been laying down and only just woken up recently.
昨日はちょっと大詰めだったので、どうしても途中で寝られなかったんです。
I'm begging you, please don't collapse on me.
大丈夫です。あとは完成した発明の最終チェックをするだけですから。
When you say finished, does that mean you can stop here? And I can finally walk back with you every day again. I ask with that hope.
はい。あとは聖一さんの協力で動作テストをするだけですので。
Yuzu walks to the back of the lab and with both hands brings out an familiar sword. Is that my Doryoku vessel? That means the repair for deep lens is finished?
はい、そうです。あ、でも修理自体はとっくに終わってました。
Then what exactly are you researching? When I received the sword in confusion, I noticed something on the hilt. What's this? It seems she's cannibalized existing parts and installed something like a gun barrel and trigger mechanism. Oh, it's a gun blade now?
いいところに目をつけましたね。それが新しい発明なんです。
So what kind of invention is it this time?
はい、そのシリンダーになっている部分に動力をチャージした特殊な弾を装填します。そしてトリガーを引くと、なんと聖一さん一人でもチャージした動力と同じものが使えるようになるんです。
Wow, that's awesome! If I can activate Doryoku by myself, that means I don't have to pair up with anyone to use it. In other words, I might not have to cause trouble for Akane or Kamishiro anymore.
名付けてディープレンズカイです。
Deep Lens Mark II. It doesn't sound like anything special. I mutter while looking at the Doryoku vessel in my hand.
ちなみに今回の装置も聖一さんの動力アンプをベースにしないと発動できない仕様になってます。
Yuzu puffs out her chest while explaining the details. In the current field of Doryoku science, preserving Doryoku and then re-evoking it requires massive amounts of specialized equipment. But by reducing the output to its basal level, she succeeded in miniaturizing it. Furthermore, she succeeded in preserving the state of the Doryoku as it was before storage.
チャージされた動力を出力するとき、聖一さんの動力アンプを用いることでフェーズを一気に底上げできるんです。
I see. Until now we needed another Doryoku user, but now we can compensate for that indirectly.
はい、そういうことです。結果として聖一さんだけでも動力が使えるようになるという寸法です。もしこの装置が完成しましたら、動力が使えない人でも差別を受けなくなる発明への第一歩になるかもしれないんです。今はまだ聖一さんのお力を借りなくてはいけませんが、ゆくゆくは。
If I can help her achieve her dreams, then I'll lend her my powers as much as she wants. Oh, but when this device is activated, will this really raise the face of the Doryoku with my amplifying powers? Unless I make contact with the target, it should be that my amplification wouldn't manifest itself in any significant way.
はい、そこが今回の発明の成功の鍵を握ってると言っても過言ではありません。リープレンズでは成功しましたので、今回は理論の応用のみです。きっと高い確率で成功するはずです。多分、きっと。
Why did you trail off at the end? It could be that Yuzu thought of her past failures. Those numerous times when everything exploded. I think you should be more confident. Even Deep Lens was completed after all.
聖一さんにそう言っていただけると、ゆずも安心します。それでは、実際に動作テストをしたいと思います。これをシリンダーに装填してみてください。
She hands me a device about the size of a AA battery. So this is the bullet?
便宜上、ゆずは動力弾と呼んでます。ちなみに、すでに知り合いの方に動力をチャージしてもらっていますので、いつでも使える状態となってます。聖一さんは、この動力弾を装填してトリガーを引いてみてください。その際、動力アップの発動もお忘れないようお願いします。
Okay, got it. I load the shell as told. Doryoku shell loaded. Then let's do this.
はい。
Shoot! The barrel rotates and the double action trigger cocks and releases the hammer. If I can activate my Doryoku by myself, then I can finally become a competent Doryoku user. While I hold onto that hope, I activate my amplification Doryoku.
大丈夫ですか、聖一さん。
Yuzu rushes over in a panic. Because Deep Lens had been a very reliable invention, I had let my guard down. But as I thought, it exploded. Complete failure. Yeah, somehow.
どこかお怪我はありませんか？
I'm okay. Am I missing an eyebrow?
また失敗してしまったんですね、
Yuzu drops her shoulders, looking discouraged. You just have to learn from this and experiment again. I'll help you as many times as you need. Though I wish she'd spare me the explosions.
ありがとうございます。でもやっぱりちょっとだけショックでした。
Yuzu.
ごめんなさい。せっかく聖一さんが慰めてくれてるのにうじうじして。
It's okay. Everyone feels down a bit when they fail. I know that she put an incredible amount of work into this invention. Her goal of disestablishing the differences between those who can and can't use Doryoku. This was an experiment to reach that goal, but the shock of failing must be big for her.
この発明が完成すれば、聖一さんも動力が発動できないせいで集中的に狙われたりもしなくなるかなって。
Yuzu mutters sullenly while looking at Deep Lens Mark II. It seems that she worked so hard on this invention partly because of me. When I think about it, Yuzu's kindness fills my heart. Thank you, Yuzu.
聖一さん。
I pat Yuzu's head lovingly. Yuzu closes her eyes in bliss. Even though you failed this time, I'm very happy that you made this while thinking of me.
ゆずが勝手にやってることですので、感謝だなんてそんな。ここのところ研究ばかりで聖一さんと一緒にいる時間も減ってしまいましたし。
Without even thinking, I draw Yuzu to my chest and embrace her.
聖一さん。
Yuzu, being embraced out of nowhere, blinks in surprise. Just like you've been supporting me, I want to support you as well. To be reunited with me again, she came to Kashinomori Academy. And because she was thinking about me, she endeavored with everything she had for that invention. To have someone think about you like that is a blissful thing. With the loss of Sumida's son, Yuzu is all alone now. She must understand that better than anyone. I want you to fulfill your dreams without worrying about anything else. I will always be by your side and always be cheering you on.
誠一さん、ありがとう。ありがとうございます。
Yuzu looks about ready to cry from my words as she smiles.
実は、ゆずの夢は一つだけじゃなくて、二つあるんですよ。
While saying that, Yuzu puts her arms around me. え?
いつか誠一さんに話せる時が来るまで内緒です。
Oh, come on, tell me!
ダメですってば。
As I watch Yuzu, who closes her eyes in bliss, feelings of love swell up. Those feelings burst through their restraints and overflow. I embrace Yuzu's body even tighter, aligning myself to its shape. The sweet scent of citrus spreads to my nose. I think I want you right now.
誠一さん?
Sorry for saying something like that all of a sudden.
構いません。ゆずも、誠一さんに抱いてほしくなっちゃいましたから。
While mumbling embarrassingly, she puts more strength into the arms she's holding me with. I honestly feel joy from having the same thoughts as the person I care about.
ゆずが研究室にこもっていたせいで、最近してあげられなくて、すみませんでした。
No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. If we can do it like this again, I'm satisfied.
今日はゆずの方で誠一さんのこと気持ちよくしてあげますね。
After saying that, Yuzu slowly crouches down, and she reaches for my crotch with her slender fingers. Wait, what are you doing?
誠一さんが窮屈そうだったから楽にしてあげようと思って。
And cut! I'll see you in a second. By the time we got dressed and cleaned up the lab, it was already well into the night.
ディープレンズ解は急いで完成させますので、もう少しだけお待ちくださいね。
Yuzu says that while hugging my sword, sheathed in its scabbard. Well, no need to rush. There is still plenty of time left.
はい。きっとうまくいくと思いますので。
For an instant, Yuzu wears a worried expression on her face, but quickly turns to me with her usual smile.
これからもゆずは誠一さんのこといっぱいいっぱい応援しますからね。
I'll have to show results for your sake as well. Also, in order to make Yuzu's dream a reality. Yes, I swore this to myself. Yuzu's research has been delayed, and once again she spends her days busily. After school, Yuzu sent me a text message. Sorry, but Yuzu thinks she'll go home after stopping by the lab again today. Okay, I'll come pick you up when you're done, so send me a text when you're about to come back. End sent. After sending my reply, I stretch my body. Is Deep Lens Mark II still not done yet? Well, I just need to wait without becoming impatient. The dream of my beloved girlfriend is at stake. If I can't see her through that, then I fail as a boyfriend. For the time being, I guess I'll go back to the dorm. I'll go pick her up after killing some time at the dorm, just when I'm about ready to head back there.
なんだ?今日も愛しの彼女に振られたのか?
Jin comes over and talks to me. Yeah, she's busy with research these days.
それは残念だな。まあ、たまには男同士で友情を育むのも悪くないと思うぞ。
What happened to Kaoru?
あいつなら裁縫部。
Huh? Was he in any clubs before?
なんでも最近縫い物にハマってるらしく、今日見学しに行くらしいぞ。
For some reason, it suits him almost too well. A picture of Kaoru mingling with cute girls, all having fun sewing, pops into my mind.
いつもお腹を出して寝てる誰かさんのために手作りの腹巻きを編むとか言ってたぞ。
That joke is a little hard to laugh at. Even if I received some hand-knit belly warmer from another guy, it'll just make me feel weird. Why is that? Not to mention, I already have a girlfriend who is perfect at stuff like that.
どうした急に。ため息なんてついて。
No, it's nothing. If I said that, I suddenly thought of Yuzu and quickly missed her. I'm sure it wouldn't go well. So, what are you doing then? Aren't you going back to the dorm now?
ああ、そうそう。さっき知り合いからちょっと小耳に挟んだことがあってな。ほら、お前が何度か絡まれて対抗戦でも対戦した不良っぽい3人組。そいつらのリーダーっぽい男で、名前は。
You mean Shijo?
そう、師匠だ。なんでもそいつが最近街中で暴れ回ってるらしいぞ。なんでもこの界隈にいる柄の悪い動力使いたちと片っ端から喧嘩してるんだって。
You mean by himself?
ああ、そうだけどなんでわかるんだ？
Well, no, just a guess. Before, when we saw him downtown, I did contact Fujimori and her friend afterwards. But from what Jin is saying, Shijo is still going around by himself. Most likely, he didn't reconcile with those two.
聖一は前に絡まれたことがあるし、気をつけろよ。なんでも対抗戦で負けた腹いせに暴れ回ってるって噂だからよ。
That didn't seem to be the case, though. Yeah, thanks for the warning. Is the reason why Shijo is rampaging around really because he lost at the inter-school tournament? He's not a good person for sure, but even so, I can't think of him as just a hooligan who rampages indiscriminately. Since he did save us from that random person who suddenly attacked us.
しかしまあ、取り巻きの女子たちに愛想をつかされたのは哀れだよな。早速聖デイビッドの男どもが取り巻きだった女子たちに声かけまくってるらしいぞ。
He sure is popular. Those two are actually quite cute when they shut up.
まあ、全員玉砕したらしいがな。
That's true. The rumors Jin is telling me about seem to be quite exaggerated. In reality, rather than Fujimori burning all those bridges, it was Shijo who distanced himself from them. That means that Fujimori and Fushimi still yearn for him. I'm sure sooner or later, Shijo will go through some painful experience and calm down. I'd rather not be involved in this, so I just tell Jin a neutral reply.
だろうな。あんまり人の恨みを買うもんじゃねえってことだ。
Yup. I thought that was a suitable reply for Jin, who values his relationships with others. After killing time in the dorms until evening, I returned to school.
お待たせしました、聖一さん。
Yuzu runs towards me. Then let's go.
はい。
Yuzu, having finished her research, meets up with me, and together we walk along the path that goes from the school to the dorms. On the way, Yuzu tells me about all the things she did today and about her current research. While she talks, Yuzu grins, becomes sullen, and then blushes her cheeks in embarrassment. Her facial expressions cycle so rapidly that it's entertaining just to watch her. But whenever she looks down as if she's worried about something, it makes me worried too. Is something bothering you?
どうしてですか？
Well, it looks like you're pushing yourself.
無理ですか？
It could just be me overthinking it, but you looked like you were worried about something.
ごめんなさい。研究とかでちょっと考え事を。たまには息抜きもしないとダメですね。
Yuzu lets out a strained smile as if she's still troubled. A breather. Then do you want to stop by a cafe? That is, if you're not too tired.
はい、構いませんよ。
Okay, then it's decided. Oh yeah, I should get Yuzu a dessert or something. They do say sweet things are good for you when you are tired. While plotting my confection assault, we change direction from the dorms to downtown. By the time we get there, the sun had set and the street lights are on. Is the usual cafe okay? Do you have anything you want to eat in particular?
そうですね。たまにはパフェとかいいですね。 瞳子さんがいつも美味しそうに食べてるの見て、ゆずも食べたくなっちゃいました。
I know exactly what you mean. For the normally expressionless Kamishiro to eat it like that, even I wanted to try it. We meditate for a moment on Kamishiro delightedly devouring her parfait before both letting out a chuckle. Then I'll eat the parfait too. Oh, since we are already here, do you want to get dinner too?
はい、賛成です。今日は聖一さんとずっと二人っきりですね。
Yuzu blushes slightly. It's nice eating together with everyone at the dorm with all that noise, but I also think it's pretty nice when it's just the two of us taking it easy like this. Yuzu and I were going towards the cafe in high spirits, but...
おい、向こうの通りで喧嘩だって。もしかしてまた動力使い同士でか。
ああ、例のセイ・デイビッドの学生らしいぞ。
They spring towards the side in curiosity. While following them with my eyes, I ask Yuzu. Hey, did those two say St. David's just now?
ゆずも聞きました。もしかして。
Mostly likely. If they said St. David's student and it really is one of them, then there's no one else it could be except... Let's go check it out, Yuzu.
そうですね。ゆずも気になります。
We lightly nod at each other and follow the two people from before.
フレームバースト。
We hear the sound of an explosion and then a man screaming in agony. And then in the middle of this smoke, I see a familiar student standing calmly.
四条さんです。
Seems like it. The things I had heard from Jin after school turned out to be more than rumors after all.
やりやがったな。
あなたたちがさっさと吐かないからこうなるんですよ。
Even though he is surrounded on all sides by delinquents, Shijo lets out a cool smile.
あんまし俺らを舐めるんじゃねえぞ。おら
！One of the delinquents places his hand on the ground. And then electricity shoots through the ground, aiming for Shijo's feet.
遅いです。
Shijo, having seen through the enemy's movements, jumps at that exact moment. Shijo does a roundhouse kick in midair and hits the man squarely in the face.
そのままはぜなさい。
Coincident with the man's landing, Shijo slashes his twin swords in a cross and rolls with him. As he falls together with the man being blown away by the assault, Shijo lands even more attacks.
てめえの方こそぶっ飛べや。
Another man strikes Shijo undefended. Shijo, who seems to have guarded the attack, retreats about 2 meters backwards. From a quick look, it looks like it was just a normal punch, but it's likely that the man has been strengthened to Herculean levels.
どうだ俺の拳は効くだろ。重いだろ。
軽いですね。所詮動力機を持たないとこの程度ですか。正直がっかりです。
だとこれ。ならもう一発味わってみるか。
The others start to pack into a tight formation, surrounding Shijo.
ほら、くれ!
A hand running with electricity scrapes by Shijo's shoulder. Even for Shijo, facing this many Doryoku users single-handedly looks a little grim.
これはお前たち何をやっている？動力を用いた指導は禁止されてるはずだ。やべえ、殺が来た。逃げるぞ。
待ちなさい。まだあなたたちに聞いてないことが。
You idiot! You need to run too!
大場さん、またあなたですか。
Shijo's face contorts in pain. Yuzu, sorry, but let's go to that cafe next time.
大丈夫です。それより早くここから立ち去った方が良さそうです。
Hold on to me, Shijo.
どういうつもりですか。
It's the depth from before. Hurry. The sound of sirens from afar. The cop must have called for backup. The moment I feel Shijo leaning his shoulder on me, I start running at full speed. Along the way, Yuzu also lends her shoulders. With the both of us supporting Shijo, we somehow manage to escape. We should be okay here. We finally stop after reaching the dorms.
そうですね。寮なら傷の手当てもできます。
手当てなら結構です。もうだいぶ痛みも引きましたので、自分でも歩けます。
After saying that, Shijo stands himself up. But when I look closely, he is covered in injuries. I can't possibly think that all those injuries are from that single fight we saw.
ダメです。ちゃんと傷の手当てをしませんとひどくなりますよ。
いやー、お手数をおかけしましたね。まさかあなたたちに助けられるとは思ってもなかったです。この僕としたことが最高の恥をかきましたよ。
He grins and, as usual, spews out the usual poisonous insults and mocks us indirectly. He acts so much like a shady criminal that I'm surprised he likes brawling openly in the streets. But I do know for certain that he'll not change his true nature, that of a ferocious carnivore. I don't care if you think this is shameful, but get treated before you go.
そうですよ。
But the wounded carnivore lightly refuses our hospitality.
遠慮しときます。慣れ合うのはまっぴらごめんですからね。
We are not being friendly with you. It's what's called being a good Samaritan.
お互いなんて名乗れる仲ではないでしょう。僕たちは。
A dry evening wind blows between us. What Shijo said is natural for him. But we definitely don't have such weak relations to end this with such weak words.
それではこの辺でおいとましようかと思います。
Wait, why are you getting in fights by yourself? What about Fujimori and the others?
あなたに答える義理などありませんよ。
So that's your answer. Fine, do what you want. After all, I don't give a damn about what happens to you.
ダメですよ、誠一さん。ちゃんと止めないと。
It doesn't matter what I say.
そういうことです。ご理解いただけたようでこちらも幸いです。ま、僕に関わってもろくな目に遭いませんからね。
He mutters absent-mindedly and turns around. By showing his back to us, it looks like he's indirectly telling us not to get involved with him any further.
ああ、そうそう。このまま借りを残しておくのも尺ですから、僕の方から一つだけ情報を提供しましょう。
Information?
大場くん、ちょっと来てください。
Shijo turns around and points at me. What is it?
染谷さんは狙われてます。くれぐれも目を離さぬように。
Shijo lowers his voice so that only I can hear what he just said. What does that mean? It sounds as if Yuzu is in danger or something.
偶然をただの偶然だと思わないことです。どう解釈するかはあなたの判断にお任せします。
You can't do that, changing the topic on your own. What is that even supposed to mean? Wait a minute, that wasn't information at all. Rather, it's more like a warning.
この僕に親切心を期待する方が間違いだと思いますよ。そもそも善意で言ったかどうかも疑うべきなのに。
Uh-huh. Then why bother telling me anything in the first place? It was stupid of me to expect something good from this man in the first place.
では、今度こそ本当においとましようと思います。
Whatever. Be careful going back. Don't get into any more fights this time.
ええ、ご忠告痛み入ります。さようなら。
Shijo disappears into the night after saying what he wanted to say. It's close to curfew, so we'll have to get back soon too.
四条さんと何を話していたんですか？情報って何だったんですか？
It was... I hesitate over whether to tell her or not. There's no way I can tell the person in question you are being targeted by someone. Why not? We were talking about the location of the special store where you can buy the super extreme porno DVD.
何ですかその情報。知りたくないですよ。
Hey, don't be a prude.
します。全力でします。もう、誠一さんのエッチバカ。四条さんもそういうことに興味なさそうに見えて、やっぱり男の子だったんですね。
Sorry, Shijo. I ended up giving her the wrong impression of you, but, Shijo, you are also at fault for not being clear. Or so I comfort myself with.
大地、ゆずがいますので、誠一さんには必要ない代物じゃないですか。
While blushing, Yuzu boldly says that as nonchalantly as she can. It makes my heart skip. Yeah, that's right. Shijo might need it, but I sure don't.
そうですよ。ですから、そのお店の情報は忘れてください。
Yeah, I'll pretend I never heard any of that.
はい。
For some reason, the both of us are blushing. We gaze into each other's faces. It feels like the night breeze is bringing a sweet atmosphere from somewhere. When I put my hand on Yuzu's shoulders, suddenly... Gah. My stomach growls so loudly that it demolishes the sweet mood. Good grief, every time something good is about to happen, my stomach interrupts.
ゆずたちも寮に戻りましょうか。
Yeah.